1.4 Aspects of Election Process and Reforms. So, the report with the title Specific Aspects of Election Process and Their Reforms was released by the Department of Parliamentary of Standing Committee on Personal Public Grievances, Law and Justice. So this report makes analysis on the complete elections and the election procedure, like the election process, democratic governance, political representation, societal progress, voter participation, etc. So under this topic, the first thing is common electoral rolls, that is CER. So here electoral roll is the list of people who are eligible to vote in India. Okay, so in India we have two types of electoral rolls. One is general electoral roll and the other one is separate electoral roll. So the general electoral roll is regulated by the Election Commission of India for union and state elections under the Article 324. While coming to the separate electoral rolls, it is prepared and regulated by the State Election Commission for conducting elections in the state local bodies like panchayats, municipalities. Okay, it is under the Article 243K of Clause 1. So, as we have two separate electoral rolls, some challenges like duplication of data, irregularities in the election process are present. You can see in the news during the elections, we hear that fake electoral rolls have been are present, and the people who have the election card will not get the chance to vote because that is already done. Okay, so on the same name, fake duplication of voter IDs are done. So there are many challenges, like even the representatives, the political part, the political people who are standing for elections give fake affidavits. Okay, so that is also a crime. So all these are the problems. Okay, so some challenges like duplication of data, irregularities in the election process are present. So, to overcome such challenges, a common electoral roll for central, state, and local bodies should be introduced as per the report analysis. Next is some issues related to the common electoral roll in India is, so here the common electoral roll means the state and the center should have the same electoral rolls. So the common issues are the electoral roll in the local bodies are not permanent. Okay, for panchayats and municipalities, the electoral rolls are not permanent. For every elections, fresh electoral roll is prepared. So there is no permanent electoral roll in the local bodies. So this makes suddenly, if there is no permanent electoral roll and they have to shift to the permanent electoral rolls, it will be difficult. So this is one of the issue, and to face such issues, new um, problem solving methods should be introduced. Next one is, if common electoral are introduced, then delimitation should be every 5 years. Now what is delimitation? Delimitation is measuring the number of people who are eligible to vote and clearly marking the boundaries of the constituencies, and based upon the people, the politicians also should be increased. Okay, so delimitation process should be every 5 years, but now what it happens, it is usually held for every 15 to 20 years. Actually delimitation should happen for every 5 years, but at present, with the delay in the government and all those problems, it has been extended for at least 15 to 20 years. Okay, so this is one of the problem. And as per Article 325, there should be a separate electoral rolls for parliament and state legislatures. Okay, so our constitution specifies that a separate electoral roll should be there for parliament separately and for the state legislature separately. So if common electoral roll is introduced, then that will be against article 325. So as we have going towards transparent method of elections, 325 article should be amended. Okay, so some of the recommendations are: in order to eradicate duplication of electoral rolls, Election Commission of India should establish alternate mechanism so that non-citizens who have Aadhaar are not included in common electoral rolls. Okay, the major challenge is the people who are not the citizens and who have Aadhaar card will go and make a note. So this is one of the major problem. So for money, they go and they create fake electoral rules. So this is one of the problem. And next is, so to eradicate such problem, proper legislature should be framed. Next is, Election Commission of India and Legislative Department should collaborate together to overcome the inefficiencies in appointing delimitation committees every 5 years. So these are the recommendations